According to recent industry reporting, organizations spend an average of $1,000 per year per employee on training. Many organizations also need to train their clients, partners, and suppliers, but need to do so without incurring more training costs. Using the shopping cart, organizations can monetize training, allowing users in their extended enterprise to purchase one or more offerings through a variety of payment methods. It's important to properly configure payment methods, shopping cart, and billing preferences, as those decisions impact how users purchase training for themselves or use inventory to distribute training to others. Before using the shopping cart, determine how users will purchase training. Payment methods can be defined at the division level. In user payment preferences, cost allocation determines how much the user pays for training versus how much the company pays. For example, if internal users are employees who should not pay for training, 100% of the training cost is allocated to the cost center. The cost center is treated as a billing department. If external users, such as suppliers, must cover some or all of the cost, you allocate a percentage to the user. If the user pays less than the full amount, allocate the balance of the percentage to the cost center. To use the shopping cart, the user pays allocation must be greater than 0. When all or some portion of the cost is allocated to the user, he can purchase training using one or more payment methods, such as a credit card. When requesting a bill, the user receives the training on his transcript as though it has already been purchased. The charge is sent to the cost center called user pays. Other electronic forms of payment include e-check and wire transfers. Training units can be used as virtual currency. Training unit key codes use a first-come, first-served process, where multiple users access the same bucket of training units using the same key code. Distributed training units are created by a user, who then distributes them to others. This is used when organizations want to limit how much training users can take before they have to pay. The payment methods configured here are available in the shopping cart as payment options. Coupons can also be applied toward an order. Only one coupon per item can be used. You can also limit the number of coupons used in the overall transaction. When enabled, the user applies coupons during the checkout process. When selecting proxy enrollment in payment preferences, the bypass user payment option in a learning assignment is enabled by default when new assignments are created. Admins can deselect this option when creating a learning assignment. Once you define cost allocations and payment methods, you configure the shopping cart preferences. Activate the shopping cart to allow users to purchase multiple training items at the same time and pre-purchase training. Otherwise, users must request the individual training and purchase each one individually. To use the shopping cart, several options must also be configured. The user pays allocation in payment preferences must be greater than 0. The learning object must have a price greater than 0, and the training must not require approval. You can customize instructions for using the shopping cart and instructions users see during all steps of the checkout process. You can include message boxes below your instructions to add additional text and logos. A thank you page can include tags such as the date of the transaction, the total cost, and which payment method was used. If the organization is paying a portion of the cost, you can display the user's cost percentage on the receipt page. To encourage users to purchase other training, enable system-generated recommendations. This list shows up to 5 recommendations based on the portal's purchase history. Defining recommended training enables a recommendations tab for learning objects in the course catalog, where you can define a customized list of recommended training. The shopping cart shows up to 5 titles. You can add up to 4 custom fields that will appear on the payment page of the shopping cart checkout process. Organizations use this to list additional information such as sales representative or account number. Now that the preferences are set, you can use the shopping cart to purchase training. When users must pay for training, the Add to Cart option appears in the Details page. Selecting Add to Cart adds the item to the cart. If training units are enabled, the Training Units tab displays the price of training in equivalent units. You can continue shopping to add additional items or proceed to checkout to complete your purchase. Checkout is a 3-step process. First, you select a payment method and enter the appropriate information. Then, you review the order details before placing the order. The confirmation step displays a summary of the transaction. Once payment is processed, the learning object is on your transcript in a registered status. If you have the permission to manage inventory, you can pre-purchase training for others and later distribute that training to those users. When adding an item to the cart, use pre-purchase and specify how many people for whom you need to purchase training. The cart shows the items selected, the quantity, and total price. You can change the quantity from within the cart. Complete the purchase process. Because these items are purchased for other users, they do not appear on your transcript. They are saved to inventory. To assign inventory, go to the shopping cart and select View Inventory. From the Training Inventory page, you can see any training that was purchased. Find the purchased learning object and select Assign Users. The available inventory indicates how many units of the training are available to assign. Search for users by name or by OU. Select the users who should be assigned the inventory. You can also set an optional due date. After submitting the assignment, it may take a few minutes for the system to process it and add the training to the user's transcripts. From the inventory page, you can also view enrollments to see who was previously assigned the training. Now that you have a better understanding of the shopping cart, configure your payment methods and preferences to begin monetizing the training you provide to your extended enterprise. See Online Help for more details on shopping cart and billing preferences.